Hey guys, welcome back to Delaware Acre. We are back in the garden again this week, and this has been probably one of the warmest falls I have ever experienced. I'm literally out in shorts and a t-shirt. I made a little trip to the compost bin there. That Rampicante that I just put into the compost is literally my last one that I had from last year. So they last a long time. And if I had a root cellar, it probably would last a little bit longer. But anywho, I am just harvesting the rest of these tomatoes. These are orange jazz tomatoes. They did really well in this bed this year. I was a little surprised because my soil was a little questionable, but I think with amendments and just being, it was the closest bed to water, so I was able to water it a little easier also. So I'm just picking out all the rest of the ripe tomatoes. It is time to take this bed apart, not literally apart, but take the rest of the plants out, get all the tomatoes off. I was trying to let things hang on as long as possible so that they would ripen, and that the plants are diseased, and the tomatoes like these last that I'm pulling off here are kind of spotty, and I'm not sure if it's like a fungus or if it's like just something that they picked up because they've been out there, or maybe it got a little down to a little colder, or some sort of disease or fungus or something. But I ended up not even really using those tomatoes that had a lot of spots on it like that, because I wasn't really sure what it was and if it was good for preserving. So I moved on to the other bed with these Marconi red peppers. These are sweet peppers. They're like an elongated bell pepper kind of, and they're supposed to be red, so I was trying to let these hang out as long as possible as well, because it's been so warm, and I was trying to get them to turn red because I wanted red peppers. And I have heard several times, several different places, that red peppers or fully matured, ripened peppers that are not green are easier to digest. So I am not a raw pepper eating kind of person. I'm not a roasted pepper eating kind of person. I use them in recipes, primarily salsa, which is why I grow so many, but I gift them to neighbors and friends and the like as well. I moved over to the bed directly behind where I was, and these are supposed to be Ozark Giant sweet peppers, and they did not do well for me. None of the Ozark Giant plants got giant or produced very well. They were all these tiny muted little fruits. So I'm not sure if I should give them a try again next year. The Marconis did fantastic, so they might be my go-to. That and my bell peppers, but I already ripped all the bell peppers out. I'm sorry, not bell, banana peppers. Banana peppers. There are a ton more peppers on here. There's a lot in there. These are the Marconi Reds, and I'm trying to leave them as long as possible so they can turn red. I just wanted some red peppers and not necessarily the green. I know you can eat the green. Look at my hazel on there. I'm gonna have to figure out a better support system for these next year, but I wanted to see if I could leave these as long as possible to get them to turn red. Like I said, I'm gonna rip those tomatoes out, and then these are also, washed right off, but I think those are Marconis. It looks like a little M on there. So also gonna try to let those get red. Some of these might turn on the counter. So yeah, I am just gonna kind of putter around here. So yeah, just puttering around the garden here and watering those peppers and trying to get these diseased and end of life tomato plants out of here. Like I said, they're done, and I harvested everything off of them. They have no more new fruit, no flowers or anything on there, and I was expecting a frost to come. Even though I'm literally in shorts and a t-shirt here, it's been so warm here. It's been the warmest fall I have out on the books. I think it's been a total of 11 degrees higher than the average around here. So, but yeah, so just I didn't want to I'm not going to compost my tomato plants. I like to burn them, especially diseased ones, because that can pass along. So it's way too windy. I don't know if you can realize it in the trees in the background here, but it's way too windy to be burning anything. And there's actually a burn ban out right now for Delaware because we haven't had rain at the time I'm editing this video, we haven't had rain for 2 months, at least 2 months, if not a little bit longer. So yeah, that bottle that I was dumping out there was actually left over from the spring when I did a slug trap. Just kind of got left there. But just harvesting these Rampicante squash. I use those like pumpkins, and yeah, just pulling out the rest of these tomatoes. And like I said, I don't compost my tomato or my pumpkin vines. Or the Sugar Rush peach. They haven't turned yet. Still waiting on a bunch of them to turn. The only stalk. This is so healthy still. There is nothing in there. And we have a little tag. The crooked neck. Look at that. There is not any kind of damage on that sucker. Kind of windy out here, so I was pulling these down and the little leaf debris were getting in my eyes, so I'm gonna call it quits for today. I got all the pumpkins off. I call them pumpkins, but they're long neck pumpkins and Rampicantes. I got them all off. My little gorilla cart is full. I am gonna leave the rest. Nothing's in the ground anymore. Everything's been cut over there. That one little piece left rotted off, so I'm just leaving that. I'm going to compost it, or I don't know what I'll do with it, but I left these peppers. I'm going to water these. These are the peppers I'm going to take in. I'm going to water my thyme. I'm going to water my cannas, and I'll water all these pots, and then I'm going to call it, because it's so windy that the leaf stuff is just going in my eyes. So, but yeah, there's my big old fig trees. Yeah, doesn't look like I really made a dent, but I did. Phew, there they all are.